This is something I really wanted to address for actually quite some time. And I've literally spent hours thinking about how I can articulate this in a way that's going to be useful and not too much of a rant. Now, over the last 3 to 4 months, I've had like really trusted, close friends, people that I love and respect, say, you know, you feel different. You seem like you've had this huge kind of quantum leap. And honestly, I have, and it's come off the back of, you know, obviously a big transient period in my life, but genuinely the main thing that has helped me do this is in a hyper-politicized world. And what I mean by that, a world which everything can, will, and has been politicized. I was listening to a podcast earlier with Sheehan, the new Chris Will podcast, I think 1022. Sheehan, I'll find him and tag him in this video. But he talks about how architecture has been politicized. And it got me thinking about everything is politically divisive, and because we're constantly scrolling, consuming information, I fell into that trap because I wanted to be, you know, currently up to date with current events and informed. And honestly, the biggest change came as a result of deciding to not cast it off, but just leave that where it was and walk away from it. Because someone that, you know, I love and respect in my personal life, who I really enjoy interacting with, stopped enjoying interacting with me. And it's like there's a reverberation effect. You know, it was very evidently clear with them. Ailish is actually the one who really brought it to the fore, in that I was becoming combative, argumentative, and honestly, for no reason, I was becoming kind of drawn in and uptight. And I speak about this really, really passionately because I feel like it's not something that, it's something that you get swept up in it, and it's constrictive, and it kind of sets its hooks in you. And that's literally just constantly engaging with and following up with political discourse or the general negativity on the internet. If there's an opinion piece, or if there's a political piece, or if something's divisive, designed to make you enraged, or rage bait is a perfect example. Because continually consuming that, we are the product of, we are the product of what we consume in every sense. And for our brains, that's with our eyes and ears. And I feel so deeply about this because I feel completely different as a person. When I decided to lay that down, this thing that I'd been carrying with me, I unfollowed, I started to disengage with her, I curated my feeds, I spent less time on social media. And obviously there's reasons why I was on social media more. I was scrolling on my phone at night because the baby was asleep on my chest and I couldn't fall asleep because I didn't want to crush her, type thing. But I could have had more positive outlets, but I didn't realize it was happening. So this is, for me, a way to tell you, just be really conscious of how your feed, the information that you're consuming and interacting with is making you feel, because it is so fucking acidic to be listening to this negative shit all the time. And I'll get incensed about it because it's not serving you unless you can directly do something about it then and there, or you are doing something about it. It's okay to have an awareness. It's okay to really, feel prepared, I guess, so you're not blindsided by information. But again, if you're not going to do anything with it, don't consume it, because it's almost like it's kind of like drinking the poison every day to stop yourself from being poisoned. But if you're not, working in espionage, or you're never going to need it. So there's such a small, infinitesimally tiny chance that you'd ever need that. There's no reason to subject yourself to that every day. There's a world of, real touch and feel difficulties, challenges that come up in life as it is. You don't need to add this level of mental gymnastics or difficulty to your life. And I could honestly talk about this all day because it's been the biggest change in me. I feel lighter as a human being. I am forcibly having a more positive outlook on life, and it makes the world of difference. It makes a world of difference. And it's so much more pleasant to just exist. I'm so much more pleasant to be around. And when you start pointing out the positive things in life to the people around you, they then start to associate you with positive thinking. And it will create this whole snowball effect of positivity in your life. And this isn't me saying ignore negative things. What I'm saying is don't, what would be a passing thing, don't then go into that on every single level and carry it with you. See it, hold it in your hand, leave it where it is. You know where it is. You can always come back to that should you need to, but just carry on with the passage of your life, and I guarantee you will feel better, and it will help you lead a more enjoyable life, because it's had the world of difference for me and my family and the people I interact with.